You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on InterFed Radio. And today, the revolution continues. With me today in studio, Shawn and Brandon. Hey, you guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
How's it going?
Get this televised.
What is it? The revolution will not be televised. It will be
not
heard.
Be heard.
Oh, yeah, it'll be heard here on InterFed Radio. And, oh, yeah, man, guys, like I said, we're moving forward with this show. And I'm looking at these notes that I got sent, and I'm like, wow, this thing is really moving forward, man. This is awesome.
It's a work in progress, but hopefully it comes out good.
Now, before we got on air, guys, we were talking a little bit about, moving this show forward and possibly adding some avatars, with, I don't want to give away too much, but, before we get going with it, I do want to mention to managers in the RWL, if you do have an avatar for your fighters, or if you have somebody like an image that you want, that represents them, go ahead and post it or send it our way. Reach out to either Shawn or Brandon or myself. And,
yeah, we're on Facebook also. So.
Oh yeah, no, RWL is on Facebook. I don't think we had mentioned that. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, the RWL does have a Facebook group. Make sure you add yourself to the Facebook group there. A lot of information posted. And
you can put your pictures there.
Yeah, you know what? Because we are going to be moving forward. And what did you guys say, Brandon? You said if you don't send a picture, you're going to get that gray silhouette from.
Yes, you will be faceless.
You would be you're going to be one of the faceless ones there. So yeah, reach out to us, get us a copy or get us an image for your fighter. So moving forward, we can add you guys to the various events and rankings that we'll have floating around.
Sure, that's the plan.
Oh, man. Now, a lot going on in the Revolution Wrestling League. I'm going to start off by patting myself on the back. And like I said, I want to thank Shawn for allowing us to, do this because it's a little bit of a trend right now in the IWA to revamp, the front page. So when Shawn gave us the thumbs up, we were in. We were in.
Oh, yeah, it looks beautiful.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Awesome job.
Now, as we're
Commissioner Goldstein gave you mentioned you in the bulletin too.
Nice. You know what? It's fun to get a shout out, even if it is from from Mr. Goldstein. Like I said, I'm just glad we're able to move it forward. And as we are getting moving forward, we have that pay-per-view coming up. So maybe next cycle we add a little information about the pay-per-view on it. So. Lot of possibilities, and I'll be the first to admit I'm stealing and I'm taking ideas from all the different interactions I'm having. So there's a lot of ideas I might be stealing from a few managers out there, a few commissioners.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Now we got a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Shawn, you want to do the honors? Read off our. Revolution Wrestling champions?
Yes. Here we go. For November 2018, Cycle 29, our RWL champion is the Hellion Roxanne O'Connor. The Rebel champion is Miss Fortune. Glow champion is Fabulous Lucifer. It's kind of ironic, but the Fabulous champion is the Deviant Erica Rockwell. Medusa champion is Winter Gore. The Wittow's Peak champion is Miss Leadon. The Phoenix champion is Susie Moon. Ivory champion is Acid Rain. Young champion is Tina Dalian's sister Jim Dalian. Sensational champion is Lady Fango. Luna champion, the Starlet Liberty Monroe. Stratus champion Amaris Gore. And RWL Tag Team Champion is Aya Rathmore, the Russian Nightmare Vlada Morozov. Rebel Tag Team Champions Winter and Amaris Gore. The Rebel Six-Man Champions is Winter, Amaris, and Trista Gore. And the Rebel Six-Man Champions is Bonita LaBelle, Slammerella, and Fabulous Lucifer. And the Revolt X champion is Susie Moon.
Nice. Susie ended up taking him, huh? And I know we're gonna get a little more into it. It's just, man, that girl is something. That girl is something.
Yeah, she's now tied up with Gabby Wonder for the longest reigning Revolt X champion.
Nice. That instant rookie impact. I love it. Now, Brandon, I know we said we are going to do the roll call, but we do have a lot of notes in terms of how some of these belts moved around and how they changed hands. You want to take the lead as to where we're going to start or where we're going to cover first?
Sure. So on card 1 in Dover, in front of a crowd of 32,449, Miss Fortune beat Babs Capone in 29 minutes and 37 seconds with the abdominal stretch to become the new Rebel champion.
Oh man, you know what? And right now that Miss Fortune and Miss Leading have, it looks like they've made the jump into the singles action because for the most part they were only doing tag. So it's going to be interesting to see them move into this into the single action.
Yeah, and they dubbed themselves the Misfits.
The Misfits, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, then next up we had winner Amaris Gore defeated the Deviant and the Starlet for the Rebel tag team titles with the STEM rules in 23 minutes and 56 seconds on card 3 in Hartford in front of 46,474 people.
Nice. So at that point in the cycle, they had both, right? They were they were carrying around all 4 straps.
At this point, they had all 4 tag titles.
Oh, them bitches. Oh man.
Next up, Bonita, the Fabulous Lucifer, and Slammerella defeated Kiss, Excalibur, and Zelda to claim the vacant Rebel 6 women titles with a monkey flip in 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Is card 4 in Stowe, 49,967.
Nice.
Definitely not wasting any time in this one. Not paid by the hour.
Oh man, and you know what? While we're on air, I know they've mentioned it on other shows, so we'll go ahead and mention it here, even though it's in the handbook. But I mean, if you're in the 6-man scene, do yourself the favor and sign that 6-man versus some scrubs, because chances are, with the action the way it is, if there's a vacant title, you could end up bringing some extra gold home.
Yep. And
yeah, that's the brilliant thing about the Battle Royal also. You get those vacant titles.
Most definitely.
So enter the Battle Royal.
Yeah, I think we had 5 champions out of the Battle Royal this time.
Dang.
But yeah, that's definitely a little tip there. Do the scrub matches and maybe wind up with the 6-man titles.
End up with some gold.
Yep. Next up, and these aren't exactly in order because obviously the league 6-man titles didn't change hands yet. So, but this is just the best case. I kind of went card 1 down. So, but Acid Rain defeated Bonita LaBelle with the Acid Bomb for the Ivory title in 27 minutes and 16 seconds on card 7 in Topeka in front of 36,678. The Gore. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm looking at Acid Rain now, and oh yeah, you know what? Now that we're highlighting like the who's taking whose belts, yeah, it's definitely going to add a dimension to it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, the Gores, they defeated Por La Paz with the Education at 27-26 for the RWL 6 women titles on card 15 in Tehran, 23,855 people.
Oh man, yeah, those I guess having both the 6-man and the TV was too much for those girls. Yeah, too heavy for them to carry right now.
Yeah, they're greedy. Fabulous Lucifer defeated Trista Gore with Hell's Kiss in 29 minutes and 32 seconds for the Glow title in card 20 at Fort Knox in front of 14,819. So a little less gold for Miss Gore.
Oh man, I think Fabulous is gonna definitely have to chase that Fabulous title since it is a part of her name. So
yeah, part of her namesake.
Oh yeah.
Next up was Misleading defeating Venus DeRose with the abdominal stretch for the Widow's Peak title, 27 minutes and 56 seconds on card 21 in Manchester.
Nice. Another half of the Misfits on the front page, huh?
Yep. Susie Moon defeated Liberty Monroe with a springboard face breaker to win the Phoenix title in 27 minutes and 4 seconds on card 29.
Oh, you go, Susie. You go, Susie. You go. Oh man.
She's on a roll.
Oh yeah, that's you know what? When you get rookies like that just come in and just another one that was like that was Morena Loquita. I mean, it seemed like when she came in, she was just on that front page day in, day out.
Yeah, same thing with Venus.
Venus DeRose, another one, huh?
Yeah, she was a league champ a couple cycles in a row and probably undefeated for a couple cycles.
Nice. The young class is definitely taking over here in the RWL.
Yeah, we had a good diversity this month though, because Misfortune? Yeah, they both won titles, and they've been around for a while.
Yeah, maybe they just got tired of sitting back and doing only tags. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's get some of it.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And next up was the Deviant Erica Rockwell defeating Slammerella with the curb stomp to win the Fabulous title in 29 minutes and 17 seconds on card 30 in Kansas City in front of 34,918 people.
That just sounds nasty. The curb stomp. Sounds like someone must be missing a few teeth or something.
Right. Yeah. And then Aya Rathmore and Vlada Morozov defeated Winner and Amaris with the Dragon Wing Body Slam to win the RWL Tag Team titles. 28 minutes and 39 seconds on card 34 in Istanbul in front of 16,371.
I guess nobody wants to go to Istanbul, huh? I guess nobody wants to.
That's probably the whole population right there.
Oh, shit.
Right. In front of the late arriving crowd.
Oh, man.
And then last up was the 14-woman Battle Royal in Liverpool in front of 18,860. And the winner was the Hellion Roxanne O'Connor. And I think she threw out Tina Dolan at the very end.
Dang. Now, speaking of Battle Royal, have you guys did you guys catch that new amendments or the new additions that they're going to do to the Battle Royal?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, where you could throw two people out now.
Yeah, so that's something that actually changed it up a little bit. Did you catch that, Brandon?
Yeah, that's cool. A little something different,
Yeah. And did anybody get double tossed out, or is that something we?
I don't think it happened in this.
It's coming. Oh, okay. So it's still probably this upcoming cycle. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had Lady Fang Go took the Sensational title out of the Battle Royal. Liberty Monroe took the Luna title. Tina Dolan took the Young title. And Amaris Gore won the Stratus title. And the only champion to retain their title was Winner Gore, held onto the Medusa title.
Them Gores making an impact.
Yeah, they're dominant.
Alrighty, here we go. And then looks like RWL champion highlights next.
Yeah. So the RWL champion, kind of the way I did this one, I just did card 1. Babs beat Gabby to win the title. The second card, Trista Gore defeated Babs to win the title. Then Trista went on a little win streak. She ended up winning 7 and having 1 draw with Slammerella before losing to the eventual champion, Roxanne O'Connor, who beat Trista on card 9 for the title in 59 minutes and 58 seconds with the Widowmaker.
Oh, almost went the distance. Almost went the.
Yeah, then he went 7-0 after that, just dispatching all the remainder of the regional champs and the top 5 contenders.
Now, did I miss this? But they Roxanne and her group, they have a name now, right?
Yeah. The Rebellion.
The Rebellion. Okay. I guess they didn't like the name Gabby was giving them. The only
Yeah.
the only bitches in town didn't stick.
Yeah.
Dang. All righty. I guess we're gonna have to change it to the Rebellion. Yeah. Oh man. Now you know what? Moving forward with all these angles and stuff like that. Like I said, trash talk, is finally moving, and it's beautiful to see the trash talk moving. I got some new people trash talking, got some new people coming in on the Facebook trash talking. So I'm curious to see how these new athletes and these new managers squeeze themselves into the RWL.
Yeah, we had a legend, Alexis Rose, did some trash talk this month, which was nice to see.
Nice, nice. Now, Alexis, she's been there since you took over, Shawn, or?
Oh yeah, she was here from the beginning, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Virus?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She said, "I know what you're thinking. You thought you had gotten rid of us. Not a chance. The original superstars of the RWL are here to stay. Yes, this is ladies' world title may look familiar to you as you can forget. I am the very first world champion from this league. So hey, that's some props right there.
All right.
Right.
I've been here since day one and will be here until the day I decide to enter the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
Won't be just me though, and pretty much her and the Roses and the Misfits are ready to take on the whole RWL.
Nice, nice. I mean, I'm glad we finally got them talking because it's just, it's one thing to just, come in and win gold, but unless you're unless you're selling tickets, you're just gonna, end up on the mid card anyways.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, to me, someone like the Gores, someone like the Rebellion, someone um, Susie Moon, and someone like Gabby, they sell. So it's easier to give them a push. It's easier to get them on a pay per view because the crowd takes to them. If you're just winning gold and you just end up like I'm trying to think of a wrestler in the WWE who just well what was the guy that right now that they try to put the belt on uh dang it, I went black. The Saudi Arabian guy, is he Saudi Arabian or is he Indian or
Who, Jinder?
Jinder Mahal, that guy.
Jinder Mahal, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they try to push him so much and he was just like, all right, cool, you won gold, but damn, that guy can't sell a ticket to save his life, not even in his
No.
own home country, not even in his own.
Now, even with all his Shanti, he
Right?
cannot
Oh
help.
man. Yeah, so you don't want to be like Jinder Mahal, man. It's like, come on, sell some tickets, get on the mic, make some moves,
If you learn nothing from this podcast, not be like
don't,
Jinder Mahal.
don't be like Jinder Mahal. Oh man. Hey, and I know we're going a little off right here, but thoughts on what's his name kind of pumping himself up? Did you guys catch that? I mean, I caught it on the aftermath, but I guess Enzo Amare trying
Oh,
to sell
yeah.
he's trying to sell some hip hop CDs or something like that at Survivor Series or something like that.
Yeah, I got kicked out.
He got the boot, but I think he got the boot, and from what I heard on the whole social media thing was that I guess he released his hip hop album that same night. So it was all like a promotional, like a jab at some promotion, just kind of like trying to get some hits on social media to have people look him up.
Right, and shout out to the 6 people that bought it.
Oh, you're a dick. You're a dick. All 6 people? You gave them that much? You gave them that many? Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised.
We got Flip and the 5 others, right?
5 others.
And I think the only reason I bought it was to get the cover or something so I could use it later on. Oh, man.
You can get that cover for free.
Ah, damn. You know what? Those copyrights, man. I just want to make sure I have my receipt. Oh, man. Now, the Rebellion, they finally established themselves there. I mean, and damn it, those girls, I got to figure out a way to keep them off of that, front page somehow, some way, because if not, it's going to be a rough time for my girls there. Rough time.
Yeah, it's tough. They're very talented. And you see, they also sent in another recap, kind of telling us what they did in their prior leagues.
Now, whose recap did we get this one? Did we get both the other two that we were missing, or just one?
Yes, we got both of them.
Nice. Now, if you had to go up against one of the three, who's the first target, or who of the three seems like they'd be the easiest target, if any?
I don't think there's any easy one out of them.
You're like,
I don't think there's any easy one, but I would go after Erica because she got the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, go after the one that has the biggest gold right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So and
but if you think about, but Susie Moon went against a starlet last cycle, and Trish DeGort to retain her Revolt X title, but now Hellion is coming for along with Alexis Rose at the pay-per-view. So
nice.
They're relentless,
Yeah, no, and kudos to Susie Moon for holding on, because I mean, just like we said at the last time, I mean, going up against one of them in the ring is tough enough. To have to face one of them and someone else is, wow. Kudos Susie Moon. Go get it. I'm gonna go hashtag Moon 2019 or something. Let's push Susie Moon 2019 for sure.
I'm thinking I may change her move to the moon pie. Get a catch to it,
Yeah.
Oh.
Susie's moon pie.
Susie's moon pie. Right when you said that, I'm thinking of Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
You remember the carnival scene where they're
Right.
Man, like I forget what the hell their little sorority was called. Was it the Moons? No, it was the. Yeah, one of the sororities was called like Gabba Moon or something like that. The ones
Kappa
at the
Moon, Kappa Moon,
Kappa, yeah, something like that. Like
Kappa Pi Moon, Kappa Pi
Kappa
Moon.
Pi Moon. like you're gonna invite the Moons. You're gonna invite. Oh yeah, that's dating me right there. I'm going way back to Revenge of the Nerds, man. I'm like, oh jeez. Oh yeah, good times. Now, the Gores, they came after our beloved little Susie Moon.
Yeah, the cleansing has begun.
Oh no. And out of everyone to go after, they came after Susie Moon, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All ex-champion.
Yeah, they went right after the top one, Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that YouTube little short clip? It talks about how whenever you go into prison, you go and you pick on the biggest, baddest motherfucker there.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And it has this big, huge black guy like crying. He's like, will you guys stop going after the biggest, baddest black guy? I know I look like it, but I'm not really the biggest. Oh man, I started busting up, man. I'm like, oh no. Oh man. Now, what are we doing with our swear jar? Because I think we've been good this podcast. I don't think anybody's dropped any B words or F bombs, or maybe I get when I listen, I'll rescore it. But
I think there's been a few. So.
Oh man, and you know what? As I'm looking down it, when I saw it, I started thinking back, like, did I drop one? Did I not drop one this time? Like, oh. Yeah. So Gabby and her PG way of life is bringing it, and it's interesting that this is going on here in the RWL, and like I said, I'm very wrestling illiterate, and I'm watching. I kind of I seen what was happening because there's a lot of blood in frickin' women's wrestling right now. I don't know if that's just we can't get the guys to bleed anymore, but the girls are bleeding all over the frickin' floor, man. I'm like,
right.
I honestly thought WWE went anti-blood. I thought they weren't going to really do any blood whatsoever because of their advertising and stuff like that. So to see it in women's wrestling it's a change of pace, man. It's a change.
Well, I guess Alex Cooper was right when he said only women bleed.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I don't think they can really help, when they're, get busted up like that. But I mean, she looked badass, Becky Lynch, no doubt about it.
oh yeah, her. And then didn't what's her name also bleed all over the floor when Charlotte kind of attacked her, Charlotte and Ronda.
I didn't watch the pay-per-view, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think if you watch, I'm catching it on YouTube, brother. I'm not going to pretend like I'm streaming the pay-per-views, but I did see the whole like the little aftermath, and yeah, I guess Ronda got all bled up on her last match with Charlotte, so
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Trying to
Back
show
to back.
she's hard.
But you know what? It actually worked out the other way. It looks like Charlotte healed on her, and everybody was pretty much backing up Charlotte and turned on poor Ronda. So that was kind of interesting. So good for them, man. Good for them to keep the women's revolution in full swing, I guess. Or what are they calling it? The evolution, the women's evolution there in the WWE.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So hopefully we continue our own version of the revolution here, because I don't know if you noticed, but there was a post on the Play IWA website that said, I guess the Vixens United commissioner is going to be given up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he got one more cycle and then he's done.
Oh wow.
So that's interesting. I know he was just kind of setting the structure there. So it does suck to see them stepping away, but hopefully somebody picks it up and runs with it, because I definitely want to see the women's division in every Fed still.
Right.
And
well, yeah, they're probably just scared of how the RWL is the top women's league.
Yeah,
so they're stepping down,
I mean, you gotta. I mean, they're the only women's credit league. They wouldn't give it to the RWL. They gave it to them in Iron, and cards were up. Obviously, cards were up, early on. But I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really peeked at every single women's league. Obviously, my focus has been with the RWL. But maybe this next cycle, kind of look around, see if anything, see if there's any challenges out there. Because have you guys caught what they're doing with the steel?
The InterFed Steel title.
Yeah. I mean, they have a calendar, Shawn, that they've issued to all the commissioners that are involved, and it's obviously within the steel, so you can still sign inter league matches through the IWA. So when the belt is scheduled to come to your league, you sign the match versus the champ.
Huh.
So it just and it just goes, and Commissioner Will Wisdom has he has the calendar, so so you kind of keep track of where the belt is going next. So that was pretty cool. I thought it was a nice setup. I mean, I kudos to Will Wisdom for setting that up there in the steel, because got a lot of new commissioners retaking leagues back just to participate. So
yeah, that's a cool plan they got going with that.
Now, in terms of what we got going on here in the RWL, we got a big one coming up. Dark Deeds is around the corner. We got a full
coming cycle.
Oh yeah, we got a full lineup, and any mini mighty mo. Who wants to take it? Who are we starting from the bottom up? Or are we going main event first?
For the Dark Deeds?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Let's see what we got on that lineup.
We'll start from the card one. We have Guardian Riku versus Buffy the Body. And I noticed I put the Guardian in there because two of these people I put in here actually had some high strats this cycle. So I decided to throw them into the pay-per-view. I thought they were gone, but apparently not. So we got Guardian Riku versus Buffy the Body. Card 2, we have Slammerella versus Diesel Derby. Card 3, we have Tina Dalian versus Girly Girl Grande. In card 4, from the sneak attack, we had the Misfits, Miss Fortune and Miss Leadin attack Bonita, La Belle, and Lucy Fur. So this match is a result of that trash talk, and it'll be a TLC match.
Now, Shawn, before you go, I mean this Tina Dallin. I mean she's new.
Probably about 6
She's
cycles.
been around.
Yeah.
Okay,
6-7 cycles, and she has a title this cycle.
Yeah, is this the first one that we've seen her? First time I've seen her. I mean,
I think so. Since we started doing, yeah.
Okay. Hey, good to see some new names. Sorry about that, brother. I'm just like.
Oh, that's fine.
I said, all right. So we got.
Okay, card 5. We have Beloved versus Ashley Mascaro, which Ashley Mascaro, she's been in the league for a while. I think she ended up like a 497 or 498 or something like that out of nowhere. You know?
Nice.
It's crazy. And card 6, since we're not doing Monday night and Wednesday night because of the pay-per-view, the Contender X and Revolt X champion will be in this pay-per-view. So card 6, the Contender X match is Queen Natasha, which had the highest strat in the league this cycle, versus Bab Capone.
Thanks for that, Shawn. Hey, you're the best.
Hey,
can she use
Frankie? Is Frankie going to show up?
Yeah, it has to. I mean, if she's going up against Queen Natasha with a friggin' 501, or what did she have?
498, I believe.
498. Okay. Now, at least it wasn't a 500. Oh.
And card 7, we have Hope versus the Deviant. And
thus confirming that Shawn does not like you, Flip.
Like, here you go. Take Otto. Take him. Oh, I love it.
Babs could do it. Babs, her and Chimera, when they had their feud, was a nice feud. Yeah. Back and forth.
That was a great one, by the way. That one's still in the back of my head, man.
Yeah, she moved on to the Superhero League. But card 8, we have Venus DeRose and Acid Rain versus Amaris and Trista Gore.
Nice, and that's one that's building up also, man. Because
exactly,
like I said, even though this rivalry is still fresh, I think this pay-per-view will just launch it into the next phase of its rivalry. Because I mean, after Susie got attacked, I think there's going to be some retribution. There's going to be some.
Yeah, Susie, she has her handful in the pay-per-view already. So, card 9, the winner gets the swear jar. Gabby Wonder versus the Starlets.
Well, if Starlet wins it, she's just gonna crack that shit over Gabby's head. It's like, come on.
Take the money.
Take the money and crack.
Gabby's been world champion. She's been Revolt X champion twice. I think money's on Gabby at this. Yeah.
This one's gonna be a tough one, but like I said, well, hopefully that jar stays intact. Hopefully that jar. Oh.
Card 10, Aya Rathmore versus Winter Gore, first blood match.
Nice.
Because I accused the Gores of attacking her a few cycles ago. Now, in last cycle, the Gores went after Susie Moon. I don't know why they didn't go after Aya, because Aya went after them. So
now, I mean, we were just talking about the blood in women's wrestling. So this one leads. Like I said, it should be interesting. Who's the first to bleed in this one is.
Yeah, if they want to do a cleansing, let's see. Okay, and the main event, card 11, Revolt X champion Susie Moon versus Alexa Rose and Hellion Roxanne O'Connor.
Nice. The veteran, 2 newcomers, and matches like that are definitely one that should bring some more excitement to the Revolt X championship. And like I said, I've gone on air already. I mean, the Revolt X champion is a fighting champion. They fight every cycle, so
Yep.
It makes it that much more prestigious in our eyes. It does suck that hey, champions are going to come and go because it's the way it is with the Revoltex. I mean, this isn't something, or it isn't a championship that can easily be held on to, especially not with the number of competition that gets thrown at that belt.
But 2 women have kept it 2 cycles in a row so far. Gabby
Oh
Wonder was
man,
the first, and so far Susie Moon. Can she hold on for a third time, or will Alexis Rose and Hellion Rox O'Connor take it?
oh yeah. I'm rooting for Susie, man. I really am. I mean, nothing against Alexis and Roxanne O'Connor, but yeah, let's go Susie Moon. Let's go let's go Susie Moon. Oh man. Now, I mean, the pay-per-view is coming up. Like I said, if you do have avatars, obviously we're right around the corner from this pay-per-view, so it's not going to happen for this one. But we are looking for managers to send us their avatars, or give us your thoughts. Like I said, if you do see this, if that's something you want added to the shows, let us know. Like I said, we'll gladly take take your opinions to heart, and we want this show to move forward with your thoughts in mind.
Exactly. And also, I'm going to try to do a pay-per-view every 5 cycles, so that should give enough time for people to start some feuds, put comments in on Facebook. Because you put them on Facebook, we'll still use them. We'll put them in the bullet.
Now, speaking of Facebook,
Yeah.
looks like we have some newcomers coming, because I did see someone going buck wild right there, and as I'm looking through this, looks like they're signed. Like I said, it was rumored that they were coming,
Yeah.
but as I'm watching the Facebook, I actually see that they've already signed, and it's in pen now. So it looks like who is this?
The Davis twins.
The Davis twins.
The
Yeah.
Davis twins, yes.
Yeah, Brandy and Missy.
So, and I mean, this manager, guys, is a manager that I've known to play in a similar way that I play, where is he going to be here the whole year? Maybe not, but he is a veteran to the IWA, and he is spread out thin throughout the entire IWA. So to have him come to make a cameo,
Yeah.
very very similar to the way Julia Vince did it.
Yeah,
They're going to come
Anthony
in.
Slickum.
Anthony Slickum, yeah. So he's going to try and make an impact, and I say try because hell, Anthony, nothing easy in this league. I'll tell you that much. Because yeah, but it is going to be nice to see him come and make his cameo. So we are gonna, like I said, I think personally when Julia came in, I wanted to see her do more.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, guys, is the RWL is a tough stomping ground. I mean, if you're not ready for an actual women's league, because this is as good as it gets in the IWA. I mean, this women's division. I mean, I know a lot of people say, oh well, such and such has a women's. They allow women in their league, and they allow women here. It's like, you know what? The RWL is an actual women's league.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our champions compete for actual women's titles throughout the entire IWA. Not to belittle any of the other leagues' women's division, but this one here is the real deal. I mean, if you win this title, you're going to compete against all the other women for the IWA World Women's title. So,
And dare I say the RWL is elite?
oh man, you know what? And we have support. We do have a lot of support to push forward and make that
Well, I think the IWA just said on their page, though, that no league already could be an elite league. So, I mean, something like that. So you may have to look on their front page. They talk about the elite leagues again. I think they had some more rules to it.
Oh no
So
way.
it looks like they kind of cut us out with that rule.
Interesting.
I don't have it right in front of me. Wait, maybe it's not in front of me, but they mention it.
I guess we'll just have to come up with something new then.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got to eventually change that because I think if they add a women's league to that elite title, it'll add some more prestige to that elite title, period.
Exactly.
Like I said, hopefully the IWA opens their eyes and allows us to go elite to it'll help our league move forward. It'll help our league add another dimension. So, but anyways, the IWA sometimes holds on too tight to some of their ideas.
Yeah.
That's
But
true. I would just keep knocking on that door.
yeah, now speaking of which, I mean, I know we've mentioned it. We'll mention it briefly here on air. We are still looking to get some prizes for the
Yes.
RWL managers. So hang in there.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas. I'm waiting to get some more so I could send to Kim, and so we try to get the best out of what we send her.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we definitely. I mean, especially with with this being the era of the match deal here in the IWA, I think it's important that we especially for for managers that are going to consistently stay in the RWL that are going to be doing match deals. I think that's important. And I mean, I'll say it like this, Shawn, with the report that you do, I mean, dude, that thing, as beautiful as it is, I mean, it's like I tell people, I go, do you know what? For as many leagues that are out there that don't have a report, the ones that have a report should get that those extra perks, because
They should.
yeah, I
Put in
mean
a lot of time.
now I'll tell you like this, Shawn, because as a commissioner, I've talked to a few people that tell me that if you as a commissioner are sending a match deal for your league, you can ask for like more perks. So that's something else to consider.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, send me all these ideas, and we'll talk them over and we'll put a list together to send.
Oh yeah, no,
Now,
and I'm not talking about like a match deal for like the RWO. I'm talking about just like you
yeah,
personally. Yeah, like hey, if I'm the commissioner of this league and I'm sending in a match deal, I also have these 20 commissioner choice matches. Can you run these without crediting, without taking from
yeah,
my bank? Don't take these from my bank. It's like
yeah,
this is to help your league move forward or to help the league move forward. So yeah, the IWA is a funny game.
yeah. Seeing me being a fairly new commissioner, hey, I like the input. Send it to me. I'm still learning it. All these little tricks and things you could do.
Oh yeah, like Brandon mentioned, spend that dollar, and could you imagine if we had a little incentive, so to spend that dollar on the battle royal? I think yeah, there's a lot of growth for 2019 still
Yes,
available.
Agreed.
I agree.
Now,
Speaking of 2019,
nice segue. Go
uh,
ahead.
yeah, the Wrestle News outlet when Vigo Morrison or Morty Vigoson will be starting a ranking system starting in 2019. So you get
Nice.
points per titles that you obtain through the RWL specialty titles, contest titles. You get points for all of those.
Now, is this gonna lead up to like end of the year award or a
Yeah,
half, or
yes, it'll be.
maybe even some like mid year awards or something?
Yeah, I'm still debating that. Maybe two awards. Now that you mentioned that, like a half year award and final at the end of the year. Be
Oh, nice.
some type of deal you get award.
Oh yeah, and I mean, are we doing IWA report points as well? So
Yeah,
if you make, oh, nice,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, for anyone out there, if you are
These
if
titles like Magimania, you know, if you gather one of those titles, they're worth points also.
nice, even the specialty titles, beautiful,
Yes, yes. So that's starting in January. We're going to start calculating
awesome.
them.
So those of you guys listening that are into the points race, come on over. January. We'll January, Shawn, or am I jumping the gun? January we're starting.
January we're starting. So that's the first cycle in January is when the points will start.
Nice. Now, and as you heard Shawn say it, I mean, you're getting points for even the specialty titles. So if you are one that chases that front page and want to get credit for it, let's just say it like that, because there's a lot of leagues where you might hit and you get no credit for it. I heard Super Balls on one of the shows. He was like, I won a IWA regional, but that didn't mean shit. I'm like, well, what league are you in? Like, get over to a league where it matters, man. Like, there's way too many leagues where if you win a regional, it don't mean anything. But like I told him, I go, you know what? I've migrated myself to leagues where winning a regional does mean something, because it's all I'm gonna win. It's like I'm not gonna win anything more than a regional. So
Let's get ready for the pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, Brandon also mentioned something about doing a pre-show to the pay-per-view. So we probably won't do it this one since it's so close, but maybe building up to the next pay-per-view, we'll have something in place where we could do a pre-show. Well, we kind of did a pre-show talk up here, but kind of getting other managers involved.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe add a few more managers on here and I get my money for the swear jar here. We'll just have like a giant clusterfuck talking about the
pay-per-view. Oh man, and I had somebody reach out to me and said, hey, what's the maximum number of people you can have on Skype? And I was like, I don't know. And next we go to find out it's like 28 people. You can have like a conference of. So
that's a battle royal.
That's a battle royal. Exactly. Yeah. So moving forward, like I said, we do want to continue to move this show, forward and cover as much of the action as we can. So, hopefully, with the next couple pay-per-views, we can have a
pre-show.
Pre-show, right? The pre-show. We can have our own version of a pre-show, and hopefully our pre-shows aren't as bad as the WWE's, because
yeah,
I've heard some of those stink up the place, man. So.
Yeah, we'll have a commercial every minute. So.
Oh yeah, and it's not even a regular commercial; it's a WWE commercial to tap it off. Oh man! Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll go ahead and sign it off right there. You've been listening to Shawn and Brandon here on Revolution Wrestling. Myself, IWA Flip. You guys take care. Have a good one. Take care, guys.
You too, man.
See you guys.